Hey everyone, so I've been wanting to share this for a while about where I get my ideas from and ideas for make videos, but ideas for my investments. And I think probably the number one place that I get ideas from, or more recently anyway, has been Twitter. There's a lot of trash on there, but every now and again I find something really interesting. And Twitter has been a really interesting source. I'm going to go through today all the different people on Twitter that I've followed that have given me ideas or have led me somehow to an idea. Like I said, Twitter is definitely not always full of gold, and there are plenty of other places to find quality. Now, for those of you who are new to investing, if you haven't got a brokerage account yet, or even if you do have a brokerage account, you probably should have 2 or 3 like me. One of the ones I have is Interactive Brokers. There's a link in the description. They give you access to companies throughout the world. They're probably the most reputable out there. They've got low fees and they've been around for decades. So I can put my trust in Interactive Brokers, which is great, but I do spread it amongst a few different brokerage accounts, Interactive Brokers being my main one though. Now, it's actually the last day of my May Madness month. If you haven't noticed, I've put out a video every day on this channel for the month of May, and it's been a big effort, and I'm glad that I've got through it, but it's been a lot of fun too. And I've done a lot more work than normal in digging through companies and putting out this content. And if you have enjoyed any of it, all I ask in return is maybe subscribe and keep following along and putting comments in the comment section to help me out and help me improve and help everyone who's watching these grow as well. That would be really cool. Now, regarding where I do find a lot of my ideas, and I have found ideas in the past, like Markel, for example, was right here on the YouTube channel in the comment section. Someone just said to me randomly, hey, you really like great management, you like long runways, you like great track records, you like simple businesses, you like, all those good things. You're going to probably like Markel. Someone left that as a comment. That made me dig into Markel, love the business, absorbed everything about Tom Gaynor and what they're doing over there. And I've invested, and I'm going to be invested for decades probably. So comments here on the YouTube channel are really valuable. Now, another area that's kind of related to the channel here is actually my Discord group. There's a link in the description for that too. Big thanks to Folkert, Giles, Noah, Alexandru, many others that are posting in there. I really enjoy that. I use that as my sort of communication tool with people where I want to just chat through an idea and we sort of go back and forwards about things. It's where we found Volex from Giles in there, and there's lots of different interesting companies that have been discovered through there as well. So my Discord group is getting really impressive. I'm glad that that's growing, and I think that we're becoming better investors in there because we're talking through our ideas and getting opinions on what could go wrong, essentially, which is really cool. So I like that. I hope we keep growing that, and please stay there if you're already there. Now, like I said earlier, Twitter is probably the number one place that I get ideas, and this is where I turn over the most rocks, I think, is ideas that have come from there. Here on the screen are a big list of the people that I follow that have given me very interesting ideas in the past, or have invested in companies that I think are in the ballpark of what I'm looking for as well. Yeah, there's a fair bit of bias going on here, definitely in an echo chamber on Twitter, so I have to be kind of careful there, but it's still some obscure ideas get found from these people here, and I appreciate them a lot. Please keep up the good work. Thanks a lot, and please go follow all those people. And then there's obviously fund managers and all the 13 Fs that come out with all the super investors. I like to look through those, but here are some specific fund managers that I really like to follow closely. I think they have a similar philosophy on investing, well, at least something that I'm trying to work towards anyway. They're obviously far more experienced and better than me at this, so I like to follow them along. Chris Mayer at Woodlock House Family Capital, the author of 100 Baggers. John Huber at Sabre Capital Management. Then Oddbjorn Dybvad. I don't know how to say your last name, Oddbjorn. I don't know how to say your first name. Wow, that's a tough name. At REQ Capital out of Norway. Fantastic serial acquirer investor. I read everything that he puts out. I think the way he thinks about everything is exactly where I'm going with my stuff. Love to meet Oddbjorn one day. Monish Babrai Funds, of course, Rob Fernal at RV Capital with some really interesting ideas as well. Now, some of these guys have had some rocky times. Rob Fernal is going through a pretty rough 18 months at the moment, for example, but it doesn't make him, his philosophy and the way he thinks about things really does challenge the way I think about things. I think he's clear and concise, and the performance doesn't look very impressive right now. If you looked at it over the last 2 years, it looks ugly, but over a longer period of time, it's still very strong. And I think he has some really good ideas in there too. So all these guys have different appeals to me, and I really follow them closely. Then last is podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts whenever I'm like traveling and things like that. Chit Chat Money with Brett and Ryan. They do a great job there. Thanks for the Nelnet idea. Business Breakdowns. I love these deep dives. That's a great podcast. Better than my videos for sure. The podcast We Study Billionaires. Lots of really good stuff in there. I think this was the first business podcast that I found, and I really enjoy this one still. With William Green's segments are probably the ones I listen to the most. Then there's the Investing with Tom podcast, and Tom and I have become friends over the years. A fellow YouTuber. I really like the way he analyzes businesses and goes in really deep into those. He's just a great guy, and I think his podcasts are also fantastic. And I guess sometimes just in my regular life, I think of random ideas that just come to me, like products that I'm naturally using. For example, Wise. When I'm transferring money internationally all the time, and I've just gravitated towards Wise, and it's such a good service, and that put it on my radar. I've started digging into it, and I love that business. I haven't invested in it though. It's on my watch list, but that just came to me kind of just through my regular life somehow. So there are other things that pop up from time to time just from my own brain, but that's generally not the case. It comes from one of those sources, and that's where I get the ideas. And I hope that this was of some use to you, and you can follow some of these people to get great ideas as well. And yeah, join the communities that are out there. I think we can all grow together here. And that's kind of what the point of this YouTube channel is to get involved more in the community and have my ideas that I think are good ideas shot down as much as possible, but also to get good ideas in the first place. Over the years of doing this, I have just learned so much, and onwards and upwards for this channel, I hope, going forward. And it's not about subscriber growth or view counts or any of those types of metrics. What it's really about is the engagement and having the interaction with like-minded people. That's what this is all about. So I hope you're going to stay longer. Subscribe if you feel like it. I hope you do, and join the journey. We'll keep it up. I won't be doing a month full of videos for a while like I did here in May, but we'll keep the regular content up, and I will see you in the next video.